Title: Gratitude, the Art of Living. When I was a child, there was a beautiful lady who lived in my neighborhood. She wasn't young in years, she must have been in her late 60s, but she carried herself with such grace and charm that people couldn't help but notice her. Her husband had passed away years earlier, and her only son had moved abroad and settled there. Yet, in all the years I saw her, I never once felt a trace of loneliness in her. She was full of life, always smiling, always moving about with a gentle energy. Her small house was a green paradise, overflowing with plants she tended to like beloved children. I would often see her humming soft old songs as she watered them, her hands busy with little chores, her eyes twinkling as though she carried some secret joy in her heart. If anything happened in the neighborhood, be it a small misunderstanding or a household issue, she was the first to step in, calm the situation, and make sure everyone left with lighter hearts. Back then, as a child, I didn't understand her way of living. I just thought she was different. It was only years later, when I grew up and found myself caught in the endless rush and stress of life, that I began to think of her again. How effortlessly she seemed to carry herself, how peaceful her face always looked. I began to wonder, what was her secret? One day, I finally decided to visit her. I sat in her sunny little living room, surrounded by plants and the faint smell of jasmine tea, and asked her the question that had been on my mind for years. How do you manage to stay so calm and happy all the time? She smiled, her face glowing with the wisdom of years, and told me her secret. Every morning, she said softly, before I even get out of bed, I thank God for giving me another day. I bless myself with kind words, positive thoughts that remind me life is a gift. And every night, before I sleep, I speak to God again. I tell him everything, what went well, what didn't, and I thank him again for it all. Gratitude, my dear, is my way of living. If you fill your days with thankfulness, there's no space left for loneliness. That day, I understood. Her joy wasn't an accident, it was a choice, made over and over, every single day. And I promised myself that one day, I too would learn to live like her, full of life, full of grace, and always in gratitude. If my stories add a little hope and happiness to your day, I'd be grateful if you subscribed.